Passport Reading C. This video is to help you get started using Passport C. The Teacher Resource Kit contains 2 Teacher Edition books. Part A contains Adventures 1 through 6, and Part B contains Lessons 7 through 12. There is also a Passport stamp. The student set includes Part A and Part B books, Fluency books 1 through 6, letter trays and squares, word mats, write on board, and marker. This slide shows all the levels of Passport and the basic skills that are covered in each level. Notice the shift that starts to occur in Passport C in phonological and phonemic awareness and phonics and word recognition. The emphasis shifts more to vocabulary and comprehension in the upper grades. Passport has consistent cycles of instruction using adventures for their lessons to organize the content. Each adventure begins with an adventure starter to build background knowledge and provides listening and speaking activities. Each lesson has a 30-minute routine of word works and listen or read to understand, and then the students need time to practice. The adventure at a glance provides a high-level overview of the skills covered in word works, read to understand, and practice, as well as the skills assessed in the adventure checkpoints. WordWorks progresses from learning sounds to decoding and spelling words to understanding the meaning of words. Read to Understand progresses from reading words to reading and comprehending longer, more difficult connected text. Practice allows for multiple opportunities to reinforce new skills. Phonemic awareness. The students listen and compare sounds that they hear in the words. There are many practice items in this area. As the students become more comfortable manipulating sounds orally, print is integrated with the phonemic awareness. Phonics instruction and spelling lessons start in kindergarten. Students are exposed to specific patterns and words. Word families, as well as non-phonetic sight words, are taught. Read to Understand contains structured steps that teach students to gain meaning from text. Vocabulary and comprehension strategies are explicitly taught in a before reading, during reading, and after reading format. This slide shows page GS23 in the Teacher's Edition. It gives you the passage titles and their lexile ranges. I use this page when I'm writing my progress reports. The adventure checkpoints in Passport provide feedback on the students' strengths and weaknesses. Adventures 5 and 10 are the adventure checkpoints. These are aligned with the daily lessons and assess skills taught at the specific level. Here, you are able to identify the students that have mastered the skills and those that require more instruction. According to Passport, if 80% of the students demonstrate proficiency on each adventure checkpoint, you advance them to the next level. If less than 80%, then you are to provide differentiated instruction to the group. This is the time where I don't follow their instructions. The students that are proficient on these skills get to do read theory, read a book of their choice, or some other activity. The students that did not reach proficiency, I group together and we go over what they missed and why, and I do an extra lesson with them. We must remember that we are the ones teaching them the skills they are missing so they can become more successful in the grade level classes. If we skip over this instruction in our room, where are they going to learn it? Fluency exercises are included in lessons. The Teacher Edition highlights these reminders in levels B through F. These reminders serve to embed some fluency modeling or practice into the lessons. I feel that more fluency is needed. Coming from using LLI, Leveled Literacy Intervention, I feel that the students do not get enough fluency, and I have to make a conscious effort to incorporate it into the lesson time. Passport is specifically targeted for small group instruction and provides more intervention for students most at risk from meeting grade level. Key instruction is 30 minutes. Students who need additional practice or reteaching would need the additional 15 minutes instruction. This would include special education students. As to the size of the group, studies show that small groups are the most powerful organization for reading intervention. Passport considers 4 to 6 to be their small group. Let's get started. I would first look at my Adventure 1, Lesson 1 to see the overview of the lesson. The teacher's manual for the first lesson is somewhat scripted. For those of you that have worked with LLI, Passport is not as strictly scripted. The Adventure Starter introduces students to topics and helps them build background knowledge of the topic. It is a 30-minute lesson that introduces key concepts and allows you and the students to have discussions. This is the continuation of the teacher page for the Adventure Starter. I have discovered that the students really like to share and that we sometimes spend more time on this than I thought I would. There is also another teacher page that goes with this and incorporates drawing a Venn diagram and having the students fill it in. This is what the students see in their book. This would be your second day of Adventure 1. WordWorks, according to Passport, takes 20 minutes. You talk about word segmentation and blending and have the students practice. Introduce the letter A, upper and lowercase. I then practice the page in sections. I say the words in the A section, word reading, then we go around the table several times with each student taking their turn. When I feel they know the words, we move on to the next section. We continue through all 3 sections, then I give the students a chance to practice the entire page. When they feel they are ready, they read me the entire page. This is what the student page looks like. The next day's lesson is a short paragraph. They call it a story. What I do on day 3 is review the WordWorks page and then move on to the story. I continue cycling through the lessons like this. I also add extra fluency practices to my lessons. This is the end of Passport C training. Please complete the exit ticket to finish the training. And as always, please feel free to call or email me if you have any questions about Passport C. I am willing to help. Thank you.